Yes, hello Mudassir, welcome on YourPedia platform and let's start your power plant snap for your final JKPSC interview for the post of assistant engineer in public
Yes,
works department. Mudassir, power plant you prepared.
yes, sir.
Acha, you heard about load curve.
Yes, sir.
What is load curve? What is load curve of power plant?
Actually, I know what is load factor, but I have no proper idea about load curve.
Load curve. You have not heard about load curve. अच्छा बेस लोड और पीक लोड से आप क्या समझते हो मुदस्सिर?
So बेस लोड होता है जो सर हमें मतलब कंटिन्यूस जो कंसिस्टेंटली हमें लोड चाहिए होता है फॉर अ लॉन्ग पीरियड or throughout we can say throughout the year. And peak load is मतलब peak load जो हमें किसी पर्टिकुलर टाइम पे एक पीक लोड की जरूरत होती है, तो वो पीक लोड हम उसको कहते हैं, वो उसको यहाँ पीक लोड पावर प्लांट पे पीक लोड बेसिक प्लांट.
जो थर्मल पावर प्लांट है उससे मेजर सबसे ज्यादा पोल्यूशन कौन सा होता है? Which kind of pollution is the major pollution from, or you can say major pollutant which is emitted from a thermal power plant?
So it will be air pollution.
So air pollution is a type of air pollution. Like, but which particular type of pollutant we get in from thermal power plant? Like suppose, let me give you some option, sir, like hydrocarbon, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide. Okay. So out of these pollutant, which one pollutant is the major actually cause of air pollution from a thermal power station?
The major is sulfur dioxide.
Sulfur dioxide.
Yes, sir.
So what issues actually we face due to sulfur dioxide?
So there are various issues, like acid rain is one of the issues which is caused by the sulfur dioxide.
On which particular thermodynamic cycle a thermal power plant works, Mudassir?
Sir, I didn't hear what you said.
What is on which particular thermodynamic cycle a thermal power plant works?
Sir, it's the Rankine cycle.
Rankine cycle. So how many processes are there? What are the processes there in that Rankine cycle?
So there are 4 processes. 2 are isentropic and 2 are isothermic. No, sir, isentropic and isobaric. Isothermic.
Isentropic and isobaric.
Baric, yes.
What do you understand by superheating?
Sir, when we heat the water or with steam above its critical point, we call it supercritical.
Above critical point?
Yes, above its or we can say above critical point or above saturated steam.
So
Sir, when we heat the steam, when we heat the steam further from the saturated steam, we can call it, we are heating it in a supercritical heating.
At 1 atmospheric, what is the T saturation?
At 1 atmospheric, I think it is 374 degrees Celsius. What I can remember right now, it is
at 1 atmospheric. Yes, T saturation at 1 atmospheric T saturation is 374 degrees Celsius.
Yes, I think it is 374. What I can remember right now, it is 374.
What do you understand by T saturation? What is T saturation?
So it's the temperature at which above which the liquid can be converted into its vapor phase.
Yes, that is a boiling point actually.
Yes, sir.
T saturation means the boiling point. So how much is the boiling point of water at 1 atmosphere?
So, actually, 374 is the critical point, I think, critical temperature.
So why you are mixing? Why you are mixing the saturation temperature? That's earlier also I suggested you, I mentioned here, there is a difference. There is a huge difference between the critical temperature and T saturation. So superheating is the heating above T saturation, not above critical temperature. Okay. So now tell me, how much is the boiling point of water, or how much is the T saturation at 1 atmospheric?
So it would be 100 degrees Celsius.
100 degrees Celsius. Yes, very good.
Yes, sir.
100 degrees Celsius is the boiling point at 1 atmosphere.
Boiling point.
So if you are going to boil the water at suppose higher pressure, suppose maybe 50 bar.
Yes, sir.
So what do you feel? The boiling point will be how much at 50 bar?
So it will be higher than 100 degrees Celsius.
It will be higher. And,
yes,
and what about latent heat? Latent heat of vaporization, that is also going to increase, or that will remain same?
Latent heat of vaporization.
Yes, yes.
Sir, latent heat of vaporization.
With pressure temperature.
Yes, sir.
Pressure, you mentioned the temperature is also going to increase. As the pressure is 50
yes, sir.
atmospheric, much higher than 1 atmospheric, so T saturation is also will be higher than 100. That is right.
Yes, sir.
So same with the latent heat of vaporization, that is also going to increase, decrease, or remain same?
I think, sir, it will remain same.
Latent heat of vaporization will remain same. Latent heat of vaporization is nothing but Mudassir HFG. Hg minus HF.
Yes, sir.
Hg minus HF.
Yes, sir.
So if you observe the difference of Hg minus HF, that will be same or will increase?
Hg minus HF. Sir, I'm not able to recall it properly right now.
Latent heat actually decreases with the increase in pressure temperature. At critical point, latent heat becomes zero.
Yes, sir.
At critical point, latent heat becomes zero.
Yes, sir, both phases
liquid directly flashes into what? Vapor without undergoing wet reason.
Yes.
So latent heat decrease with the increase in pressure and temperature. So what is regeneration? What is regeneration?
So it is a way of increasing the efficiency of the cycle, in which we use the exhaust gas temperature, or in Rankine, it is in Brayton cycle, exhaust gas temperature, and in Rankine cycle, we use the steam from the turbine for the heating of the water feed water before entering into the boiler, so that we can increase the mean temperature of heat addition, which leads to the efficiency increase.
ओके आप ये बता सकते हो मेरे को मुदस्सिर की जो रीहीट होता है रीहीटिंग
yes sir
so what advantage we get when we carry out reheating?
So main advantage is we work output increase, and efficiency, it depends whether mean temperature of heat addition increase or decrease with heat. Accordingly, efficiency will increase or decrease. But the main thing is work output increasing by reheating. And one more thing is the moisture content reduces by reheating. If the pressure is high, we can use reheat. Moisture content also reduces.
Mudassir, what is the function of a cooling tower in a thermal power station?
I didn't revise it properly, but I know thermal cooling tower is for the emission of the exhaust gases in thermal power plant.
Emission of exhaust gases के लिए तो चिमनी होता है ना, Mudassir? Exhaust gases, they will go out from the chimney.
Actually, to decrease the temperature of the exhaust gas, we use a cooling tower.
Decrease what?
Temperature of the exhaust gas.
Why we are interested in reducing the temperature of exhaust gas? Actually, before going to allow those exhaust gases to go outside, we utilize them to heat water. Economizer, we pass them through the economizer.
Yes, sir.
We are having air pre
Yes, sir.
those kind of what you can say the feed water heating system. We are having feed water heating.
Yes, sir.
We are having all those things.
Yes.
Okay, so you are utilizing that energy of that waste.
So, but what I can tell right now, still there is we are not using the whole exhaust gas temperature, whole exhaust gas heat. Still, there is a lot of heat in the exhaust gases, and with high temperature, there reaction takes place, which leads to uh, which leads to different reactions, which cause the pollution in the air. I think it is right.
So, sir, what do you understand by pulverization of coal?
Yes, sir.
Pulverization of coal क्या होता है मतलब sir? What is pulverization of coal? You heard about this? Pulverization.
No, sir. I have heard, sir, but I am not able to remember recall it right now.
What are boiler mountings?
So boiler mountings are used or installed on the boiler for the safety and control of the feed water.
Safety of the boiler. Can you give me some
Yes, sir.
example? Can you give me some example of boiler mountings?
Yes, safety valve, fusible plug, pressure gauge, water level indicator. These are the all of the boiler mountings.
अच्छा वाटर ट्यूब जो बॉयलर है द Babcock's and Wilcox boiler.
Yes,
Babcock's and
water
Wilcox boiler. That is a high pressure boiler, low pressure boiler, or medium pressure boiler.
the Babcock and Wilcock is it's a high pressure boiler.
High pressure. What is the condition?
Yes, sir.
What is the condition for a high
The
pressure boiler?
condition for high the pressure should be above the 80 bars.
You feel the pressure is more than 80 bar in Babcock's and Wilcox.
What I read recently, it is high pressure boilers or those boilers where the pressures are above 80 bars. And in example, I saw that there was Babcock and Wilcox, so it should be above 80 bar if it is a high pressure boiler.
Fine. What is load effect? What is work ratio? Sir?
Yes, sir.
Work ratio. What is work ratio?
Work ratio in power plant.
Yes, gas turbine power plant. For gas turbine power plant, how you will define the work ratio?
So it will be output work divided by the energy supplied.
Output work means that then means it is similar to efficiency. The net work output by heat supplied.
Yes, sir.
The net work could the net
Yes,
work
sir.
output by heat supplied is efficiency, sir. It means efficiency and work ratio both are same because the net work output by heat supplied, that ratio is known as the efficiency.
Efficiency. Yes, sir.
So efficiency work ratio both are same.
So I don't know right now what is the actual definition of the work ratio.
Mhm. Fine. Which one is the largest hydropower station in J&K?
Yes, sir.
The largest hydropower station in J&K.
Sir, it should be NHPC Uri in Uri.
How much is the capacity of that plant?
Sir, I have read it very. It's been a long time, but it is shared. I think it is around 450 or 900 something megawatt.
Reserve factor you heard? Sir? What is reserve factor?
Yes, sir.
What is reserve factor?
I didn't have heard it.
ओके मुदस्सिर, मेरे ख्याल से अभी मैं आपको फिर फीडबैक दे देता हूँ।
ओके सर।
मुदस्सिर, अभी आप इतना कॉन्फिडेंट नहीं हो इस सब्जेक्ट में ना?
Yes, sir.
This is your first snap, fine.
Yes, sir.
But you need to improve your technical understanding in this subject.
Yes, sir.
Some of the very basic simple question you have not answered, like the cooling tower. Cooling tower we use to cool the hot water coming out from the condenser. In condenser we are condensing the steam, okay, by passing the cold
Yes,
water.
sir. Cold water, yes.
So we are supplying the cold water and we are condensing the steam by extracting the heat from the steam. So cold water is going to
Yes,
become
sir.
hot, and
In
that
order to
hot water we are going to supplying the cooling tower. We will spray that hot water from the top of the cooling tower, and from the bottom of the cooling tower atmospheric air is going to enter. So cooling tower is a direct contact heat exchanger.
Yes, sir.
Where we are going to cool the water which we are going to circulate in the
water.
condenser. सर,
Okay.
तो आप देखो, एक तो रैंडम
Yes,
गैसेस
yes,
नहीं करते। मैं आपको बताऊं, गलत अगर नहीं पता देयर इज नो इशू मुदस्सिर, इंटरव्यू में नहीं आंसर करने से कोई फर्क नहीं
Okay.
पड़ता। गलत आंसर करोगे एंड इफ यू विल से कि
Okay,
सर
sir.
मेरे को यही लग रहा है, तो और एक और नेगेटिव हो जाएगा बेटा। लाइक वर्क
Okay.
ratio you have not answered, but then also like when I asked you, you studied about that formula, तब भी आपने कहा कि सर मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है कि ऐसा ही होना चाहिए। That is a very wrong way of answering the question, मुदस्सिर। तो
Yes,
पता
sir.
है बताओ, नहीं पता है then it is better to say sir sorry sir I am unable to recall this time, I will go through that part, I will study that.
Okay.
Yes sir, I am not very sure sir,
Yes.
a long time ago I actually studied that topic, this time I am unable to recall, I can guess sir,
Okay,
you
sir.
permit me. तो ऐसा करना है, ऐसा नहीं कि खुद ही रैंडम गेसेस करना है, जो ब्लफ नहीं करना है इंटरव्यू के साथ, रैंडम गेसेस नहीं करनी है, ठीक है?
Okay.
बड़ी डेंजरस सिचुएशन होगी, वहां पे आप स्टक हो जाओगे, इंटरव्यूअर को पता है, ओके, तो फिर वहां पे नेगेटिव हो
Yes,
जाएगा
sir.
ना। तो एटलीस्ट अगर हम
Okay.
पॉजिटिव नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, नेगेटिव नहीं करना है, तो थोड़ा सा आपको भी
Okay.
टेक्निकल अपना अंडरस्टैंडिंग डेवलप करना है मुदस्सिर। पल्वराइजेशन इज द प्रोसेस ऑफ
Okay.
डेवलपिंग the very fine powdered coil. It's a process of crushing coil in a powdered form.
Yes,
Is to increase the grid space area, utilization of the grid space area effectively, to improve the combustion efficiency. We carry out the crushing of coil into very fine powdered.
grinding.
I think work ratio is what? It is the ratio of the net work output by turbine work. So net work by positive work.
Yes.
It is the ratio of the net work developed by the plant to the positive work. Positive work means the turbine work. अब net work क्या होगा? That will be turbine work minus pump work for the case of a Rankine power plant, thermal power plant, and it will be W turbine minus W compressor to gas turbine power plant. Net work. So for gas turbine power plant, work ratio will be WT minus WC divided by WT.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think cooling tower I already discussed with you. The work ratio mountings you answered. Then superheating also you answered, but you initially you faced difficulty in actually very clearly defining the superheating. Okay, so superheating is a process of heating the steam beyond its saturation temperature. Okay, so the temperature of the steam is more than saturation temperature, means the steam at a saturation temperature, that is known as saturated steam, but beyond that, that is known as superheated steam. Okay, so I hope that point is also very clear to you, the pressure temperature relationship, and how the T saturation is going to change with T saturation. And latent heat is also going to decrease with the increase in pressure temperature. Critical point is what? Critical point temperature is 374 degrees Celsius, but at the same time the pressure is how much? 221 atmosphere. So don't mix the things.
Okay,
Mudassir, be very clear with your concept and understanding of the subject.
okay.
Let me tell you one more thing. I think
Yes.
at last I asked you the one more question. Okay. Fine, fine. I think Mudassir, these are the questions I asked you.
Reserve factor.
Reserve factor क्या होता है अपने को? You know, in a power plant, what we do actually, there is a power plant capacity that is known as the rated power. Suppose you are having a particular power plant which is having some capacity, suppose 200 megawatt. So that is a rated power of the plant. That is not the maximum load. 200 megawatt is a rated power. Okay, and suppose the maximum load on the plant is 150. Maximum load on the plant is what? 150. So how much power we are keeping on reserve? How much power we are keeping on reserve? 50 megawatt.
50 megawatt.
Why? For what purpose? For meeting the future demand.
Yes.
So reserve factor क्या होता है? Reserve factor normally we go with the 10 to 15% reserve power. Okay. So that is nothing but the rated power divided by maximum load on the plant.
Divide by maximum load minus maximum.
No. Maximum rated capacity by maximum load.
Okay.
Rated capacity is what? How much? 200 suppose.
Yes, sir.
Maximum load is 150.
Yes, sir.
So you can check 200 by 150. What you will get?
1 point something.
1.33 something. Okay. Means
1.33. Yes.
Close to 33%. Close to 30,
33%.
33 जो भी आएगा. So that much power we are keeping on reserve.
Yes, for future.
Okay. Just for meeting the future demand. So there are so many factors associated. Similarly, load curve is what? Load curve is a curve drawn which shows the variation of the load in a day, in a week, in a month, or in a year. So it's a load versus time curve. Load versus time curve is known as the load curve. अब देखो peak load को आप कैसे define करोगे मुदस्सिर? Sir, a load which will be there on the power plant for a very small duration. आप हिंदी में बताओ, आप हिंदी में भी आप थोड़ा दिक्कत आप क्लियरली नहीं बता रहे मुदस्सिर. लैंग्वेज इज नॉट ए बैरियर. You can use English. You can use Hindi English mix, but you need to clearly define, है ना? You need to try to convince the interviewer. तो इसको बड़ा positively लेना है. आप you are looking sincere मुदस्सिर, and I feel you have not revised this subject thoroughly this time. But I feel if you revise and if you slightly develop your confidence, definitely you will be able to convince the interviewer and you will get the chance. Okay. तो अभी इसको बहुत positively लेना है. Try to improve yourself. This is your first snap, not an issue.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you practice more and more, definitely you will be able to improve and you will get through this process interview. Okay, sir. Okay. So best of luck and keep preparing. Good luck.
Okay.